Good afternoon to each and everyone. So, by the way, my name is Eileen Itufuan. So, I am the leader of this group. So, our assigned topic is all about Asian regionalism. So, what is Asian regionalism? So, Asian regionalism is a product of economic interaction, not political planning. So, pag mayroon tag economic interaction is diri nag-include ang mga goods of mga kuan ka ng trade in goods, services, then mga assets and technology. Tapos ang Asian economies is naggrow siya not only for richer but also to be close together. So kumbaga ang Asian regionalism is naa sila wala ang ilang goal is to kuan ka ng to grow dili lang sa pagpalambo kun dili na pag sila kanang paghiusa sa tanan. And then let's proceed to our main topic about module 3, a world of religion. So China is the home of more than 1.4 billion people based on the 2018 population. So gitawag po ang China is gitawag po siya so one of the most economic supergiants of the world. Anong gitawag mo siya supergiant of the world? Tungod kay siya ang pinakadako nga sakop sa Asia. So, among all the continents, Asia has the biggest population of at least 2/3 of the world's inhabitants. So, it is probably because of the continent comprises 1/3 of the world's landmass. So, in terms of economy, kanang emerging and developing Asian countries of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations 5 or what we call the ASEAN 5 is dira ang kanang sa ASEAN nagkuan ang Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. So nabilang diri ta sa Asia nabilong. Tapos so ang ilang average of 2016 is 6.3% and ang ilang gross domestic product or growth 5.1%. Respectively compared to the world average growth of 3.5% as of 2016 or 17. Tapos, in 2016, China was the world leading exporter of goods value at 1.9 trillion, followed by the United States with 1.45 trillion by Deliger 2018. So ang gross domestic product sa Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand is na siya sa 6.3% and 5.1%. Tapos 3.5 as of 2016. So how about na lang karon maybe kanang sa 2024 is tako na siya. Ning kuan na sila ning grow. Tapos most countries want to have collaboration with East Asian countries and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN. Because of this economy and political growth in this region have started to shape up. So manang gusto ang uban nga kanang countries mo collaborate these East Asian countries and the ASEAN is tungod kay nagsugod na bitaw sila ka grow or nag-develop sa ilang mga goods and services. Tapos, like for example, sa ilang technology is sila ang advanced dito unlike sa to ang Philippines. So ang isiyan is nag-include ang Brunei, Darussalam di ay Burma, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. So dira sa ASEAN. While ang East Asia is nag-includes ang China, Hong Kong, Japan, Macau, Mongolia, North Korea, South Korea, and Taiwan. So most of countries sa uban nga nasod is manangganan sila makikolaborate din kay tungod kung wala lang sila dili lang tungod kay nag-grow sila, most of the time is about sa technology is advanced yun sila unlike sa uban nga mga nasod. So the next reporter will be continue of my group mates.
Good evening everyone. So I am the group 4 representative and my assigned topic is about a regionalism, part of our report. So let's delve deeper into the concepts of regionalism and globalization. Regionalism refers to the process of countries within a specific geographic region coming together to foster cooperation, integration, and collaboration. It involves the establishment of regional organization, agreements, and institutions that aim to promote economic, political, and social integration among members countries. So economically, regionalism often involves the creation of regional trade agreements or custom unions. These agreements aim to reduce barriers to trade such as tariffs and quotas among member countries. By doing so, they facilitate the flow of goods, services, and investment within the region, promoting economic growth and development. Politically, regionalism can lead to the formation of political alliances or organizations that addresses common challenges and promote peace and stability within the region. These organizations may work towards resolving conflicts, promoting democracy, and fostering cooperations on issues such as security, migration, and environmental protection. And socially, regionalism can encourage cultural exchange, people-to-people connections, and sharing of knowledge and best practices among members countries. This can lead to greater understanding, collaboration, and development of shared regional identities. Example of regional organizations include the European Union or EU, which has established a single market and a common currency or the euro. Among its member states, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN, which promotes economic integration and cooperation in Southeast Asia, and the African Union or AU, which works towards political and economic integration in Africa. So, let's go back on globalization para masabtan. Globalization is a broader phenomenon that encompasses the increasing interconnectedness and interdependence of countries and societies worldwide. It is driven by various factors including advancements in technology, communication, transportation, and liberalization of trade and investment policies. So, in economic, globalization has led to the expansion of international trade and the integration of global markets. It has facilitated the movements of goods, services, capital, technology across borders, allowing companies to access larger consumer markets and benefit from economies of scale. Globalization has also given rise to global supply chains where different stages of production are spread across multiple countries. And socially, globalization has facilitated the exchange of ideas, information, and culture on a global scale. It has enabled people to connect and communicate across borders, leading to increased cultural diversity, the spread of knowledge, and emergence of global trends and movements. However, globalization is not without its challenges. It has been criticized for exacerbating income inequality, eroding local cultures, and creating winners and losers in the global economy. It has also raised concerns about the impact on the environment, labor rights, and social justice. So, in summary, regionalism focuses on integration and cooperation among countries within a specific geographic region, while globalization refers to the broader process of increasing interconnectedness and interdependence on a global scale. Regionalism aims to strengthen ties and collaboration within a region, while globalization expands these connections globally. So, let's again continue the Asian regionalism part of my report. So, Asian regionalism. It refers to the growing trend of increased cooperation and integration among countries in the Asia-Pacific region. This process has been driven by several key factors. First, economic motivations. It has desired to promote trade, investment, and economic growth through regional economic integration. Second, establishment of free trade agreements or FTAs and economic cooperation frameworks like ASEAN, APEC, and RCEP. Coordination on economic policies, infrastructure development, and supply chain integration. Second, political security concerns. Need to address shared regional security challenges such as territorial disputes, maritime security, and non-traditional security threats. Efforts to enhance diplomatic coordination and political dialogue through regional forums like the ASEAN Regional Forum and the East Asia Summit. Promoting regional stability and conflict prevention. Cultural and social integration. Initiatives to foster cultural exchange, people-to-people connections, and shared values across the region. Strengthening regional identity and sense of community such as through the ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. Fourth, institutional development. Creation of regional organizations, mechanisms, and frameworks to facilitate cooperation and integration. Examples include the ASEAN Development Bank, the Chiang Mai Initiative for Financial Cooperation, and the Asia-Europe Meeting or ASEM. The process of Asian regionalism has been uneven with varying levels of progress and challenges across different areas of cooperation. Some of the key challenges include diverse political systems and economic disparities among the countries involved, historical tensions and territorial disputes that can hinder regional integration, balancing national sovereignty with the need for regional coordination and decision-making. Despite those challenges, ASEAN regionalism continues to evolve, driven by the shared interests and aspirations of the countries in the region to enhance their collective economic, political, and social development. Again, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Julius Kumaling for the next reporter. My topic is Political Security Community, Socio-Cultural Community, and Concretized Regionalism. The Political Security Community gives importance to the association adheres to human rights, drugs, foreign relations, defense, law and transitional crimes, significant role of monitoring economic ministers, finance minister, central bank governors, free trade area, investment area, agriculture and forestry, transport minister, telecommunication and information technology minister, science and technology. The political security community refers to a group of countries that cooperate and share information to maintain stability, peace, and security in their respective regions. These communities often emerge as a response to common security threats such as terrorism, cyber attack, or regional conflicts. They work together to develop strategies, policies, and joint action to counter these threats and promote a secure environment for their citizens. In the socio-cultural community, there is a venue for cooperation among the ministers responsible for culture and arts, sport, disaster management, education, environment, health, information, labor, rural development, and property eradication, women, youth, and civil service matter. A socio-cultural community refers to a group of individuals or societies that share common values, beliefs, tradition, and practices. These communities often form around a shared identity, such as language, religion, ethnicity, or historical ties. These serve as a platform for members to connect, exchange ideas, and maintain their cultural heritage. Sociocultural community can be local, regional, or global in nature. They may be formed through various means, such as social media, cultural events, education institutions, or religious gatherings. This community play a vital role in preserving culture, diversity, and promoting understanding and respect among different groups. The example of these culture communities, dili ta pwede manghinaway kung unsa sila, kung unsay naan nila, kung ato silang i-respect kung unsa ilang inistoryahan, kung unsa ilang ethnicity. For example, di ta pwede manghinaway nga batis lagnawong or nang itom kay sila. Respect na to sila kung unsay ilaha. And the next, ASEAN has also partnered with 3 East Asian countries, China, Japan, and South Korea. It is called the ASEAN Plus 3. Its goal to address the 1997 ASEAN financial crisis and help each other cope with the crisis. In this context, ASEAN has concretized regionalism in the ASEAN regions.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm JC Gapo, reporter of Group 4. Moreover, there are some aspects that lead to a greater first integration has been market driving. Within Asia, there are a variety of systems, institution, procedures, social relations, and infrastructure that are put into place for countries to engage in exchange. Second, formal institutions such as EDB or Asian Development Bank, established conceived 1960s. Asian Development Bank is promotes social and economic development. EDB is composed of 68 members. 49 of them are from Asia Pacific and 19 is from outside. Ang new member ni is Niue, new member of EDB. Nagkuhan siya is 2019. Largest share sa EDB is ang Japan holds the largest share with 15.67%, followed by US 15.56%, sunod China 6.47%, and India is 5.31%, and Australia. Tapos ang top borrower niya is ang Pakistan 3.4 billion, ang sunod is Philippines 2.6 billion, Bangladesh 2.3 billion, and India is 2.2 billion. Yan ang EDB is focus siya on its assistance on to serve predominantly in agricultural region. Yan. Ang head office niya is at Manila, Mandaluyong. Then from 31 members in 1966, encompassing those 68 members, 49 are from Asia and Asia Pacific and 19 from outside. So next is third, economic grants. For example, JICA. What is JICA? JICA is Japanese International Corporation Agency. It's an implementing agency of Japanese official development. It's an aid for the purpose supporting the socio-economic development, recovery aid for the purpose supporting the socio-economic development. This agency helps the Philippines to achieve sustainable development in transport sector while providing additional lift for the administration, build better more infrastructure initiatives. So ang economic grants ug ang ubang mga makatabang sa paghunlad sa ibang bansa kay gigamit nila para mapaayo ang ekonomiya nato diri sa Asia. So mao na to. Salamat.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Kenneth Dokoy, the reporter of Gropor. So let us continue to our report, the ASEAN regionalism. Fourth, productions network have expanded. Economies are mainly on comparative advantage through the regional decisions of labor. The Philippines' major exports are electronic products and copper products, to name a few. Indonesia sells palm oil, rubber, and natural gas within the regions. South Korea products, machinery products, and motor bicycles. Fifth, cooperations among the Asians and ex-Asian countries issues the Asians, plus three financial minister process that establish two economic structures, that Chiang Mai Initiative and the Asia Bond Markets Initiative. The process aims to strengthen policy, dialogue, coordinations on command financial, monetary, and financial issues. Plus, if EU is rules-based, Asians follow a consensus role as an approach to decision making. As a big growth, Asian countries establish their own Asian Development Bank that is more focused on Asians and the Pacific as a reaction to global economic integrations. Japan, the forerunner of the institutions, believe can be a factor to social development. Consequently, Japan is the major contributor to EDB. Nations work in the form of loans, grants, and information sharing topics such as tourism and regional security. For my understanding, ang mga ekonomiya nag-una sa cooperative advantage pinaagi sa regional divisions of labor sa Pilipinas. Sa regional divisions of labor sa Pilipinas, ang dagkong export mao ang electronic o mga produkto nga panganlan sa pipila. Og ang Indonesia na maligya sa palm oil, guma ug natural gas. Ug ang Korea ang nagama pud og mga produkto sama sa makina o motor bicycles. Ang kooperasyon sa mga nasod sa Asians ug sa silangan Asia resulta sa pamaagi sa tukod sa duha ka instruktura sa ekonomiya. Ang pag-inisyatibo sa Chiang Mai ug ang koordinasyon sa pamaagi sa Asia Bond Market. O ang Asian Development Bank kay mas nakatutok sa Asiano o sa Pacific isip reaction sa global economic integrations. Og Japan ang number 1 nga runner sa institusyon na nagtuo nga mahimong hinungdan sa social development, og ang Japan mao ang mayor sa nag-amot sa Asian Development Bank. So that's all for my report. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Joel Bordov. I am a Group 4. Today, I will discuss the establishment of the ASEAN. The establishment of the ASEAN is also another initial reaction to globalization. It fosters spirit regionalism, awareness of Asian nation as a group It is seat of the ASEAN Declaration, the following aims and purpose. Number 1. Accelerating economic growth, social progress, and cultural development with the region to improve the overall well-being of its member countries and their citizens. Number 2. Promoting regional peace and stability, ensuring a secure environment for a growth and cooperation among member nations. Number 3. Encouraging active collaboration and mutual assistance of matters of common interest, enhancing the collective strength and resilience of ASEAN. Number 4. Providing assistance to each other in the form of training and research facilities, fostering capacity building and knowledge sharing among member countries. Number 5. Collaborating more effectively in the areas of agriculture and industries to optimize their resource of enhance their competitiveness in the global market. Number 6. Expanding trade, improving transportation of communication, facilitate and raising the living standard of their people, as these factors contribute to the overall development of prosperity of the region. Number 7 is maintaining close and beneficial cooperation among member countries, ensuring a strong network for mutual support and collaboration. Promoting South Asia studies which help to increase awareness, understanding of the region's history, culture, and development among the global community. By pursuing these aims and purpose, ASEAN plays a vital role in fostering regional integration and cooperation, contributing to the growth and stability of Southeast Asia and the pace of globalization.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Marquester A. Malto, and this is my assigned topic. More so, Asian countries respond to globalization as a small group. Asian regionalism lacks institutions and bureaucratic bodies to serve the region, unlike the European Union model of single market in goods and services. As a result, individual countries do bilateral or multilateral agreements. So Asian countries have formed small groups or sub-regional organizations, but these often lack strong institutional structures, unlike sa European Union model nga naa sila unified market for goods and services. As a result, individual Asian countries pursued bilateral or multilateral agreements with each other to facilitate trade and economic cooperation. Kani nga agreement are often negotiated and implemented on a country by country. For example, Japan has agreement with South Korea and China, while ang China has agreement with Association of Southeast Asia and other countries. Next is reaction to globalization and the West. Also gave rise to terror groups like the Islamic Iraq and Syria, which spread to the Muslim communities in southern Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. To combat global terrorism, these countries made use of their viable resources to minimize and ultimately stop the effect on civilian victims such as displacement and suffering. So globalization and the influence of the West have played a role in the rise of terror groups like ISIS. To combat this threat, these countries have utilized their resources to protect their citizens and counter the negative effect of terrorism. For example, sa Philippines, nagkuhan sila military campaign against ISIS-affiliated group sa Mindanao. Then, sa Indonesia, gipa-strengthen nila ilang anti-terrorism laws and gi-increase nila ilang security measure in major cities. Dayon, sa Malaysia, they have worked with international partner para ma-disrupt ang terrorist financing network and extradite suspected terrorists.
Good day, sir. My name is James Toba Parohinog. I'm going to discuss to you my assigned topic. It's all about globalization and regulation. Globalization and regulation are the same for the refers to integration There are different laws and scope. Globalization is worldwide, while regulation focuses on a specific geographical region. A response to world homogenization and division regionalism that comes in various forms of regional alternative to globalizations found within and among regions in Asia. Asian integration did not happen based only on one historical event, for there were different factors that lead to this alliance. Ang globalization o ang integration ang globalization and regulation are two concept pa sila din. Both silang nag-involve sa integration, but na sila different sa usag-usa sa pag-scope or sa scope of pag-focuses. So globalization refers to the process of increasing interconnectedness and cooperation among countries and regions of the world. So ang globalization daw kay tumutukoy sa pag-unlad or pag-process sa pagtaas sa nasod o sa mga relihiyon sa kalibutan. So globalization, it involves in the exchange of goods or service, the information and ideas, and the global scale. So globalization is driven by factors such as advice of technology, communication, transportation, and liberalization to trade and investment, and mga